everybody, Ellie here with WhoCulture, and we did it! We did it! We survived the drought of Doctor Who, because it is back this week. Because we have Children in Need on Friday, so stay tuned because we will have a video covering whatever is released on Friday night. It will be coming up on Saturday, so keep your eyes peeled on the channel for that. We have less than 2 weeks until the Star Beast. Less than 2 weeks! How exciting! And so we thought that now we are getting that close that we'd discuss a little bit more about the releasing of that worldwide, because we did a bit of digging and we have a bit more information about the release of that episode throughout the world. So obviously at the end of October, it's still triggering. I'm not about to tell you that I know the release dates. They announced the release dates for the episodes. They announced that on the 25th of November, The Star Beast would be coming on BBC One, BBC iPlayer in the UK, and Disney Plus in the other territories around the world. So we obviously knew that, and then obviously we've had confirmation now that it will be at 6:30 p.m. on BBC One in the UK. That is when The Star Beast will be. So make sure that you've set your alarms, cleared your calendars, you're sat there ready and waiting, 6:30 in the UK at least. I think this is the perfect time for the episode to be released. It very much feels like it's gone back to the era of RTD1. It's the perfect time for both kids and adults to watch. You know, 6:30, it's not too early that adults are still busy doing daily tasks, but it's not too late that kids can't watch it before going to bed. So I think it's the perfect time for Doctor Who to be on, and from a selfish point of view, it's not too late, which means that we will be able to get the ups and downs to you much quicker, and I won't be working until 3 o'clock in the morning. It may still happen. There may be a lot to unpack, and let's all just give a round of applause now to the wonderful Danny, who will be working until at least 3 o'clock in the morning. So everybody pray for him and send him coffee. So as for the international drop on Disney Plus, that's where it gets a little bit more complicated. The original release date announcement stated that The Star Beast was coming 25th of November to BBC iPlayer in the UK and Disney Plus in the rest of the world. And that was the same for all of the episodes and their respective release dates. At the time, I don't think anyone really thought about what this could potentially mean, because if the episodes are indeed dropping on the 25th of November in every single territory, then that could mean that certain territories will get the episode much earlier, and potentially even before the UK gets the episodes. So over the weekend, Russell T Davies posted about the episode being released on Disney Plus and specifically in Japan, and this is what he said in his tweet. November 25th, Japan and worldwide on Disney Plus. Japan is 9 hours ahead of the UK, so in order for them to get the episode on the 25th of November, it would have to be released much earlier than what equates to 6:30 p.m. in the UK. Does that make sense? Essentially, if they were to get it at 6:30 p.m. UK time, then it would no longer be the 25th of November in Japan, it would be the 26th. So then the weird thing is, if you go to the Japanese version of Disney Plus and look at the Doctor Who trailer, the description actually translates to this. Exclusive distribution starts on Disney Plus from 4 p.m. on Sunday, November 26th, 2023. And that would be 7 a.m. on Sunday the 26th here in the UK. So has something gone wrong here, or have some wires been crossed somewhere? Are Japan getting the episode on the 25th, or are they getting it on the 26th? I think what's probably happened here is that maybe RTD is just, generally speaking, 25th of November is when the majority of territories are getting it, but then other territories may well actually be getting it on the 26th, depending on time zones. It's very, very confusing. Time zones completely destroy my brain. Also, side note, how cool does the Japanese version of the Doctor Who logo look? That looks really cool. I kind of sometimes forget that obviously now that they are aiming for Doctor Who to be a much more global rollout, that of course the logos are going to look different in different languages, but it just was never something that crossed my mind, but it looks really cool. So interestingly, if you go to Disney Plus Korea and look at the description there, it translates to this. Doctor Who lands on Disney Plus for the first time in 60 years. 3 original specials released starting November 25th. Well, South Korea is also 9 hours ahead of the UK, but this says it's coming on the 25th. So are they getting it on the 25th, or are they getting it on the 26th? Very confused. Again, like I've just said in the case of Japan, if they are getting it on the 25th, then it would have to be released before it's released in the UK in order for them to get it on that date. Quite honestly, I don't think that Russell T Davies or the BBC will allow the episodes to air in other territories before it's aired in the UK. And we've already seen just in the last few weeks in the case of the Whoniverse and Tales of the TARDIS and a few other things, that the BBC and obviously iPlayer is a very important focus for them. And we also know that Russell T Davies is a big believer in kind of traditional TV. Probably what will happen is it will air at 6:30 p.m. in the UK and either release at that exact time worldwide, and regardless of what the time or date is, or once it's aired at 6:30 p.m. in the UK, then there will be a staggered release in the international territories. That might be the plan, but as we have discovered again in the last week, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of good communication going on between Disney and the BBC in terms of what should and shouldn't be happening. As you may or may not have seen, a graphic was released last week with some details of what's coming up on Disney Plus for the festive season, and it outright revealed the title of the Doctor Who Christmas special, which I'm fairly certain was not supposed to be announced yet. So, chat to one another? So things like that don't happen. So who knows? Maybe someone will accidentally press the button and it'll go up on Disney Plus 3 days early. Who knows? So basically it kind of remains to be seen the exact timings of when the episodes will be released internationally. As I said, it could end up being released earlier than it's supposed to, whether that was intentional or not, depending on who's in charge at Disney Plus that day. We have seen with other kind of big rollouts and big franchises and things like that, that sometimes episodes are released earlier than expected or earlier in certain territories. So it is possible that it does come out in other places before it does in the UK, but I personally don't think that will be the case. I think basically what's going to happen is everyone's going to be sitting there refreshing Disney Plus all day in the hopes that it will soon be up. Stay off of social media on the 25th of November until you've seen the episode. A complete radio silence, total social media blackout until you've seen the episode. I know that I will have to do that the following week because unfortunately I will not be around when Wild Blue Yonder airs, which is a little frustrating considering it's the one I'm the most excited about seeing, but you know, sometimes these things happen. I think essentially what I'm going to have to do is just switch my phone off for the entire evening until I've had the chance to watch the episode, because not only will there just be general talk about it, but you lovely, lovely people, as much as I appreciate it, tend to tag me in a lot of things, and I already know that my phone's going to be going crazy with you guys all getting excited, and I won't have seen it yet, so I'm just going to have to switch my phone off and maintain radio silence until I have had the opportunity to watch the episode. So yeah, that's what I'd suggest doing until we know. But, you know, as has been the theme with the last few videos where I've explicitly said I don't know something, maybe tonight the Disney Plus timings will be announced, because that does seem to be a running theme for the BBC and Disney at the moment, is let's wait till Ellie says she definitively doesn't know something, and then just as that video gets published, we will contradict exactly what she's just said and make her look like a bit of a Dumbo. So there you go, you're welcome. Now that I've said it, they'll announce it. You are welcome. If you do want some more details about the Disney Plus deal, then check out our video, The Truth About Doctor Who on Disney Plus. In the meantime, though, I've been Ellie with WhoCulture, and in the words of River Song herself, goodbye, sweeties.